being part of our foundation. I'm going to give you some Christmas cash. We're going to give you $20 just to watch my favorite movie. This is my favorite movie of all time. It's called It's a Wonderful Life. And the way that you get there is you simply come here to the website. And then when you come to the website, we're going to go to number 2, which is Earn Rewards. And down here at the bottom is the Christmas cash. It's a Wonderful Life. And we're literally going to send you the Christmas cash. You're going to come here. This season is all about giving. Now you're going to be giving your whole life, but it's people are a little bit more dramatic about it and making it happen during Christmas season about giving, and we want to give back to you. So we want you to watch the movie It's a Wonderful Life and earn $20 in Christmas cash that you can use. And this is the fun little story about George Bailey. The interesting thing about this movie was that it was a flop when it came out in 1946. And they lost a lot of money on that. And it almost put the studio out of business. It literally almost put the studio out of business. And then years later, they did not renew the copyright. So it expired and then anybody could use it. So these big TV stations, they wanted programming, but they didn't want to have to pay for anything. So they started running this movie, and now it's created a kind of a massive following. And Jimmy Stewart is a famous actor, and this is probably worldwide the thing he's known for, which was, from a studio point of view, a big flop. Okay, so here's the Christmas movie. You simply come over here and click continue. And then you'll start right here with It's a Wonderful Life. And now remember, when you take the piece, there is a 1 question or 3 question quiz about what you saw in there. You need to watch the video and then take the quiz, and then you're going to go through it. And then after you finish on that, then what we want you to do, see, there's the last one right there. When it's all done, then what we want you to do is we want you to be able to go and redeem your Buffett bucks. So you're going to come here to your name to number 7. Here's the Hi Tom right here. And then you're going to come down here to My Quick Cash. And then you'll go through the steps. So this is Quick Cash. We do Buffett bucks stock. We also let you exchange for scholarship money or business money. There's an exchange rate there. But the Quick Cash is right here. And you simply click on it here, and then it will take you to how to redeem for cash. So our goal is to get you some money for Christmas that you can go make a big dent in right there. Click here for redemption. You fill out the information so that we can figure out how to be able to send it to you. Okay, Daryl, I've got Daryl on with me. Daryl, you watched this video, this movie. Is this the first time you've ever seen it?
Yeah, I think this was the first time that I ever saw the movie, and well, watching it, it's like watching an old film, and it's kind of like a different from the film from our today's mainstream film, but the message that it portrays was really really wonderful. James Stewart give up his dream, to travel just to save the kind of like a town or whatever is that. And then it also shows if you are, if you are a greedy person, then we don't have any care of what other people will feel. And I think that's one thing that we should not emulate. What we should emulate though is we should be taking our thinking of other people, what should be their future, kind of like that. And one thing I really like is when the main character is trying to end his life, but there was an angel, Clarence, that old guy right there, who saved George. And kind of like what happened is he showed everything, without George in their life. His brother Harry died. His supposed to be wife is an old maid, and if George will die and will not continue his life, then these other people right here from his inner circle will have a different life. I think if we will liken that into our own selves. If we will lose our hope, we will lose our love, we will lose interest into our lives, then it might happen into our own families. But like what Tom Painter is always saying is that sometimes you are dealt with bad cards, and it happens, it happens. But don't worry, not everything that happening into our lives is our own making. Sometimes it's the choice of others. Maybe they are maybe greedy, or they don't want us to go up and be successful. Well, it happens sometimes, but we always have hope. We always have hope. We have our families, we have our friends who can we can turn to in times of distress. And like who's saying that? Tony Robbins, if we want to get what we want, then we have to give others what they want. If you can remember, for those people who watched that movie, Clarence want those wings, he wants those wings really, really bad. So what ended up happening is he helped George Bailey, he helps get what George Bailey wants, and he gets his wings. It turns out at the end of the movie, George Bailey reunited with his whole family, and they paid the debt of $8,000, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of like $140,000 in our today's money. So what ended up happening is they got a very Merry Christmas. The whole town is really happy, and Clarence, the guardian angel, get his wings. So if we will liken that into our lives, there are people out there who might be dealt with really, really bad cards, but we are now dealt with pretty good cards because we are members of the Success and Money Foundation. And we have these multiple programs, make a difference. All the quick cash that we are receiving, we can use part of those to, give hope to others. They might losing their hope right now because they don't have, food on their table. But we have that opportunity to help others. Then let's do it. Let's do it. Tom Painter is really supportive about that. Now I know where Tom is coming from because of that movie, and he just mentioned that that movie was his favorite movie of all time. So now I recommend you to watch that. You can rewatch it, or maybe if you are with your entire family, just spend 2 hours watching that and learn something from that movie, and let's apply that into our own lives. So, any additional,
Thanks.
Tom?
Thanks, Daryl. And you know what, guys? This movie is about your life. This is really what your life is supposed to be about. Um, that's really kind of crucial of what we're trying to do here. And like Daryl's saying, it's a story. It's a story about George Bailey and how he had the chance of going off and doing all these crazy things and wonderful things in his life, but stuff happened to him, and family happened, and the war happened, and he wasn't able to do the things he wanted to do. And it was his uncle that created the problem. His uncle made the big mistake, but George was the basically the president of the building and loan company, and so he was responsible. And he almost took his life because he was worth more dead because of his insurance policy than when he was alive. And then he got saved, and he got this chance to see what his life would be like if he wasn't around. What would have happened to people around him if he wasn't there? And just shows how their life would have taken a whole different road. And then George gets into trouble because his uncle makes a major mistake and loses all this money. And then kind of the story at the end of it is how the town rallies around him, and how he was at the end of his brother tells him as George Bailey, the richest man in town. He didn't have a lot of money, but he had a lot of friends, and he made a big difference in a lot of people's lives. That's what we do, guys. That's what we do. This picture behind me, this is a great picture by my friend Greg Olson. He and I have been friends for decades, and you can see it's a picture of Christ with this holding somebody and giving a hand up. Now, as a charity, we give handouts. We help people with glasses and food and water and all kinds of stuff. That's a handout, which is great. They need a handout. They've got some terrible cards, and we're going to help them. Handout is what we do by helping you with giving you the education and the classes and the financial rewards and helping you create a habit. I just looked at Daryl's investment account and I'm seeing he's putting money in all the time. He's created a habit, and the habit is what's separating it. And that's going to change his life. It's going to put him on a different trajectory. It's going to put him on a better road. And more importantly, it's going to help his kids. It's going to help his kids. That's really the huge win, is his kids. And I just got to go back to my parents, go back to my grandpa and the things that I learned from my parents. My parents started with nothing, zero, zip. They didn't even have the two nickels to rub together. They were born in 1930 when Hitler was in power, and they grew up during World War II and the Depression, and got married and had a family. And my dad started with nothing, nothing. But he learned from other people. He had some great mentors, and he started small businesses and turned those small businesses into large businesses, did a lot of real estate. And he didn't sit us down and tell us, here's the book to go read. We did it. I had my investment account as a teenager. I was making 12% on my money as a teenager. I was compounding my money every 6 years, doubling it. And he got me on the road so that when I was right after Christian mission, I was going to school, I started buying real estate. And I was buying and fixing up these ugly little houses and doing it again and again and again and again until we've done millions and millions and millions of dollars. And I'm still investing. I'm still investing with partners, and we do shopping centers, and we do malls, and we do office buildings and multi-family units. And I'm still doing that with partners now because most of my time is really spent doing that. So I have all my time in the foundation. I really highly suggest you watch this movie. It's a wonderful movie because, guys, it's a wonderful life. And some of us, my kids, a couple of my kids got some really terrible cards. In the game of life, they got some terrible cards. And I've always tried to figure out why my son got such terrible cards. And I think it's because I wouldn't be who I am if I had a normal child. I think he was sent here to me so that I could be somebody different. That's what we do in the foundation, guys. Okay, make it